Kanat rushed excitedly toward Phoenix Inujin, overjoyed to do anything Yang Xinshin asked, declaring he would give his life for her. Yang Xinshin showed a hint of disgust but accepted the nature of her ability. Bailey Changqing, Liang Yu, and Kanat, 3 vice-captain-level combatants, besieged Phoenix Inujin, while the others provided support from the sidelines, unable to close the gap in level. Meanwhile, Zhang Yi leaned against an abandoned shipping container, lighting a cigarette. His abilities were limited in the upcoming battle because his alternate dimension was on the verge of collapse, so he had to stay away from Phoenix Inujin, who would stop at nothing to kill him. Uncle Yu, Fatty Su, and Xiao Honglian were beside him, the pirate squad having been completely wiped out, though Tianhai City's fighting strength had been further weakened. Xiao Honglian asked for a cigarette, and Zhang Yi tossed her one. She asked whether the others could handle Phoenix Inujin, and Zhang Yi said that escaping his alternate dimension had taken a huge amount of energy, with countless deaths draining his life force, so he was no longer at his peak. He believed Bailey Changqing and the others could handle him. But no sooner had he spoken than a deafening roar resounded, and Kanat's massive blue shark body slammed into the ground nearby, creating a terrifying crater. Xing Tian remarked that the situation wasn't optimistic. Zhang Yi peered through the containers and saw a crimson figure moving through the battlefield like a phoenix. This is bad. He realized that although Phoenix Inujin's power was greatly weakened, Liang Yu and her companions were also seriously injured. Phoenix Inujin was laughing wildly, declaring he hadn't lost, that as long as he lived he could start again, that Eclipse Moon would not perish. His body was engulfed in crimson flames, a karmic fire that even supernatural beings dared not touch, impossible to dispel once tainted. Bailey Changqing and Liang Yu fought to the point of madness, knowing they could not retreat. Zhang Yi instinctively wanted to draw his thunderstrike but remembered that Phoenix Inujin hated him most, and even if he killed him, he could still resurrect. He checked the time, 37 minutes had passed, and Gao Changkong's reinforcements had not arrived. Zhang Yi concluded that Gao Changkong secretly hoped for his death, so that Blizzard City would attribute the victory over Eclipse to him. He abandoned his plan to wait for reinforcements and reconnected to Blizzard City, telling Zhu Zhang that Gao Changkong was suspicious and might be a spy for Eclipse Moon. Zhu Zhang was shocked, but Zhang Yi argued that the investigation team's ironclad rule was punctuality, and being half an hour late meant only one thing: collusion with Eclipse Moon. He admitted it was speculation but insisted Gao Changkong secretly hoped for his death. Zhu Zhang said they would investigate and told Zhang Yi to kill Phoenix Inujin at all costs. Zhang Yi shut down the communication with a mocking smile, asking at all costs, at whose cost? On the battlefield, Phoenix Inujin searched for Zhang Yi, killing sniper Qi Guangming with a single chop to the neck, then charging toward the defenseless Meng Xiu. At the critical moment, Kanat returned to the battlefield and blocked his punch, but a huge hole was smashed into his own body, and the phoenix flames burned his flesh, causing him to howl in agony. Liang Yu and Bailey Changqing were both panting heavily. Liang Yu had lost an arm and could only wield her saber with her left hand, her fighting strength less than half of her peak. Bailey Changqing, who had forcibly enhanced his strength with drugs, was now experiencing physical collapse and would soon suffer a backlash. The other Tengu squad members were even worse off, and Luing Hao died abruptly, not even catching a glimpse of Phoenix Inujin before the world went dark. Phoenix Inujin roared from the center of the battlefield, demanding Zhang Yi come out. Zhang Yi heard it clearly but didn't rush out, knowing that if he went out now, he would be the only one to die. He asked his team members if the Shrine Maiden had been found. Yi He and Shui Miao stood before the corpse of Satoru, looking at Takeuchi Mayumi trembling in the corner of the container. Zhang Yi ordered them to capture her alive, not let her die. Yi He punched Takeuchi Mayumi hard in the stomach, causing her to convulse and vomit stomach acid, then shoved a gun into her mouth to prevent suicide. They brought her to Zhang Yi, and Yang Xinshin was also brought by Hua Hua. Zhang Yi said she still had a use, and ordered Yang Xinshin to give her an arrow. Yang Xinshin manipulated the Angel of Desire to shoot an arrow of lust into Takeuchi Mayumi, turning her into her slave. Yang Xinshin asked how to kill Phoenix Inujin. Takeuchi Mayumi said he couldn't be killed, even a single drop of blood could regenerate him, and to kill him you'd have to exhaust all his life force, requiring him to die at least 10,000 times. Everyone was silenced. Yang Xinshin asked if there was another way, and Takeuchi Mayumi said yes, let him kill himself, only he himself could destroy him. Fatty Su called it nonsense, but Zhang Yi stood up, threw away his cigarette, and said he understood, let's do it this way. He smiled at Takeuchi Mayumi, saying that if they controlled her, they'd won half the battle. On the battlefield, Phoenix Inujin was putting immense pressure on the Tengu squad, killing 2 people in a short time. Suddenly, he felt a significant change in his vision, something was being peeled away from his body. He could no longer see the future, no longer see the direction of their attacks. He realized he had forgotten something important: a partner named Takeuchi Mayumi. Zhang Yi's voice called out from the air, and Phoenix Inujin saw his hated face, roaring with rage. He crouched and launched into the sky like a cannonball. Zhang Yi dodged in midair with his flight device, then raised his thunderstrike. Phoenix Inujin sneered, thinking Zhang Yi's bullets couldn't keep up with his movements, but a deafening gunshot pierced through his body, sending him crashing to the ground. Even in his dying moments, he couldn't understand how Zhang Yi had hit him. Zhang Yi stood in the air, crimson patterns flowing across his body. Takeuchi Mayumi's blood endowment was now activated upon him, allowing him to see Phoenix Inujin's future 5 seconds in advance. Phoenix Inujin was dead, his body rapidly burning to regenerate. The Tengu squad members seized the opportunity, rushing forward with specially designed spray guns, spraying liquid nitrogen that rapidly lowered the temperature to below -100°C, freezing his cells. This was the method they had devised to deal with him, sealing his cells to place him on the edge of life and death, preventing his resurrection. Phoenix Inujin's body was frozen into a white ice sculpture. Phoenix Inujin was frozen solid, yet before anyone could relax, a burst of blazing red flame erupted and melted the surrounding ice crystals. He was reborn from the ashes once more, and the attempt to seal him with ice had failed. Zhang Yi remained completely unfazed, because the blood endowment granted him the ability to foresee the future. Even without spatial power, he could kill Phoenix Inujin. In the instant of resurrection, Zhang Yi reloaded and fired in another direction, and only after he pulled the trigger did Phoenix Inujin fly toward that location, exactly where Takeuchi Mayumi was standing. The bullet struck his rapidly moving body in midair, as if Phoenix Inujin had deliberately flown into the shot, and his body was torn apart once more. Phoenix Inujin laughed maniacally even in his dying moments, insisting that Zhang Yi could not kill him. Zhang Yi calmly watched his falling body and replied that he himself could not kill him, but someone else could. Hua Hua swiftly flew over from afar, carrying Yang Xinshin and Takeuchi Mayumi on its back. The Desire Angel behind Yang Xinshin drew its bow, aiming a black arrow of hatred at Phoenix Inujin. Takeuchi Mayumi earnestly reminded her that she must hit him the instant he reconstructed his body. Yang Xinshin smiled her thanks, took careful aim, and the moment Phoenix Inujin rebuilt his body, the arrow of hatred pierced his solid chest. Phoenix Inujin felt no pain, yet an uncontrollable feeling of self-loathing welled up from the deepest part of his heart. He recalled his entire life. From childhood he was a born scoundrel who loved violence and cruelty, torturing stray cats and dogs for pleasure while hiding his nature from family. The apocalypse finally freed him, and his first kill was his wife who had mocked him for not earning enough. After that he became unstoppable, slaughtering his verbally abusive elementary school teacher, a neighbor with whom he had disputed, a female college student who falsely accused him on the subway, the president of his former company, and many more, all recorded in a thick death note of 100 people. To achieve his goal he even revived a dying enemy's entire family, accepted their tearful gratitude, and then killed them all while smiling. At this moment Phoenix Inujin's chest was racked with unbearable pain. He clutched his heart, gasping, tears welling in his eyes as he cried out over what he had done, saying this sin could not be atoned for even by dying 100 times, and sobbed that he was sorry for being born. Yang Xinshin's voice drifted from afar, telling him no need for 100 deaths, 1 death was enough. She frowned in disgust, calling him a filthy, stinking pig and a vile mutated pheasant, ordering him to kill himself. Phoenix Inujin had completely lost the will to live, his mind consumed by a mad desire for death. Believing he should not live in this world anymore, he closed his eyes and knelt on the shattered battlefield, begging for death. When he stopped using the Phoenix power, he was no different from an ordinary person. At that moment Zhang Yi had secretly injected himself with compound number 2, which temporarily boosted his power and even halted the collapse of his collapsing space. In the command center, everyone stood up excitedly, and Zhu Zhang impatiently urged Zhang Yi to kill him quickly. Zhang Yi opened his alternate dimension and the Divine Judgment Sword appeared in his hand. After being betrayed by someone from Blizzard City, Zhang Yi now trusted no one, not even the members of his own Tengu squad, because there was a difference in status between them, and with the Eclipse Moon mission complete they had lost their basis for cooperation. He had to be wary of them trying to seize Phoenix Inujin's captain-level source of energy, which was also why he had injected compound number 2. Fortunately, the others desired the energy source but would not act at this time, knowing Zhang Yi's strength was undeniable. Zhang Yi walked steadily to within 500 meters, opened 2 doors, passed through them using his ability, and swung his sword swiftly. Phoenix Inujin's head flew high into the air and rolled to the ground. Everyone held their breath and waited for more than 10 seconds. Zhang Yi then asked Yang Xinshin to inquire of the Japanese woman how she confirmed he was dead. Takeuchi Mayumi, now her loyal follower, explained that his immortality ability activates the instant he dies, and since he had not revived, he had not used his ability and was truly dead. Zhang Yi thought for a moment, took out his liquid nitrogen gun, froze Phoenix Inyujin's body, and shattered it with a single shot. After waiting a few more minutes, he finally confirmed that Phoenix Inujin was truly dead. No surprises occurred, and Zhang Yi was even somewhat disappointed, thinking that if he was this cautious, he would look stupid if no unexpected moves came. The rest of the Tengu squad grew impatient, wondering if their captain was being a little too cautious. Regardless, Phoenix Inujin was dead, and this signified the victory of Blizzard City's campaign against Eclipse Moon. Enthusiastic cheers erupted from the scene, and all the members of the Tengu squad had tears in their eyes, excitedly looking up and letting out shouts that were a mixture of crying and laughing. They had suppressed their emotions and endured immense pressure for too long for this moment. At the Operations Command Center, equally excited cheers erupted, and Zhu Zhang, who usually had a serious demeanor, finally relaxed with a smile, settling comfortably into his chair and declaring that Zhang Yi had finally not disappointed him. Sun Luxuan, the guard behind him, adjusted his old-fashioned glasses with a speechless expression, thinking that Zhu Zhang had never truly expected such a performance from the start. Watching Zhang Yi pick up Phoenix Inujin's head on the large screen, Sun Luxuan could not help but smile and nod inwardly, judging that this lad was indeed a promising talent whose potential might even surpass the investigation team leaders of Blizzard City. Lan Xinqing smiled and walked to Zhu Zhang's side, bowing to congratulate him, praising that under Commander Zhu's leadership the Jiangnan region had annihilated the invading enemy, demonstrating its formidable strength and deterring the petty villains of other regions. Zhu Zhang was in a good mood, but he had not become arrogant. Suddenly something occurred to him. He said that Zhang Yi had told him Gao Changkong was an undercover agent in Blizzard City, and frowned, wondering why Zhang Yi would say such a thing, since Gao Changkong had no reason to cooperate with Eclipse Moon. In truth, that statement had originally been just Zhang Yi's attempt to divert attention and smear Gao Changkong without any evidence, but somehow Zhang Yi had sensed something, and he was certain of one thing: Gao Changkong's failure to come to their support as agreed meant something was wrong. He had simply exaggerated the matter and passed the problem on to Zhu Zhang, who now began to pay attention to it. Lan Xinqing also looked puzzled, noting that Zhang Yi had suddenly said this without evidence, but the reincarnation squad really had done nothing during the operation. Zhu Zhang stroked his chin thoughtfully and ordered them to contact the reincarnation squad immediately, and to tell Zhang Yi and the others to rest where they were, since they had fought such a tough battle and must be exhausted. Tianhai City was Zhang Yi's hometown, so letting him rest there was a good idea, and Lan Xinqing praised Zhu Zhang for being so considerate of his subordinates. Contacting Gao Changkong was very easy because all reincarnation squad members were equipped with monitoring devices allowing their location to be observed in real time, and at this moment they were all on a plane, according to the nebula system, about to arrive in Tianhai City. A mocking smile appeared on Lan Xinqing's lips, because he harbored resentment toward Gao Changkong's reincarnation squad, as Gao hailed from Sector E of Blizzard City and his team members were mostly from lower-class areas, completely different from Lan Xinqing's aristocratic background. Even after becoming investigation team members, Lan Xinqing never considered them equals, and seeing that they had accomplished nothing and would undoubtedly suffer humiliation upon return, he naturally felt a sense of mockery. Soon communication was established, and Zhu Zhang personally spoke with Gao Changkong, telling him he did not need to go to Tianhai City and could come back to Blizzard City, since Zhang Yi and the others had completed the mission. A look of surprise flashed across Gao Changkong's face, but quickly his face regained composure and revealed a faint smile, saying this was truly unexpected but also a huge surprise. Zhu Zhang said calmly that although they had not directly encountered Eclipse Moon this time, they had still worked hard and could rest well now. Gao Changkong smiled and said they would go back immediately, then ended the call and relayed Zhu Zhang's words to the members of the Samsara squad beside him. Everyone showed astonishment, and Ji Yushin's eyes narrowed, asking whether that outsider from the outer city had actually killed Phoenix Inujin. Gao Changkong nodded with a smile, saying they had all been fooled, that the man was incredibly cunning and had kept the entire Jiangnan region in the dark, and that if it were not for the combined efforts of Eclipse Moon and the Heavenly Dragon Pirates, they probably would not have been able to force out his true strength. Gao Changkong opened his communicator to contact Zhang Yi, wanting to congratulate him properly. At this moment Zhang Yi was holding Phoenix Inujin's head, knowing his essence dissipated rapidly with the death of an inhuman, so he had to absorb it as quickly as possible, and in his current state absorbing it would not cause any adverse physical reactions. In front of everyone he immediately began the absorption process, needing to recover his power as quickly as possible because the identity of the traitor within Blizzard City was still unknown, and now that he had eliminated Eclipse Moon, he was no longer of any use to many in Blizzard City, who might take advantage of the situation to launch a sneak attack. Just then Gao Changkong requested a call, and Zhang Yi frowned immediately before answering. Gao Changkong congratulated him on completing the significant mission, saying he would become a hero of the entire Jiangnan region. Zhang Yi, while absorbing Phoenix Inyujin's power, replied indifferently that it was just an empty title meaning nothing to him, his gaze extremely sharp, for Gao Changkong was also on his list of suspects. He pointed out that Gao was late, 7 minutes late, an unacceptable mistake for an investigation team leader. Gao Changkong smiled without answering, instead gazing leisurely out the window at Blizzard City's massive walls dividing the city into strictly hierarchical districts, and said he admired Zhang Yi, for at least they had proven that ordinary people like them were no less than any so-called noble person.